Good morning and welcome to this exciting morning to talk business. My name is Blyden Rukem and it's Business 360 on Spectrum TV. In today's Business 360, a new group is aiming to represent the interests of European football clubs outside the global allies and has been launched in Brussels, seeking greater distribution of funds to 1,400 professional clubs who were not taking part in European competitions and had no voice in decisions taken by the governing body, the Union of European Football Association (UEFA). Representatives of 40 clubs from 20 nations Borussia Mönchengladbach. The UEC will accept membership applications from professional clubs playing in the top 2 national leagues, seeing 200 members as a reasonable target by the end of the year. Membership is free, they say. Well, the outlooks have been different for different clubs and different challenges for them. Let's look at the challenge. A challenge for the group is that the rival European Club Association, ECA, is now the only clubs body that UEFA recognizes. The ECA represents more than 200 clubs across the continent, although it is a membership with full voting rights is for clubs regularly playing in UEFA competitions that currently pay about 2.8 billion euros in total prize money each season to the 96 teams involved. Well, a breakaway league, that sounds interesting. Republic Bank and its customers pulled more than $100 billion from their accounts in the first 3 months of the year amid concerns about the health of the global banking system. The US bank says its deposits fell by over 40, triggered its state-backed rescue last month. A series of bank collapses have raised fears of a crisis in the sector. To the African business outlook now. Finance ministers and that growth should be closer to 6%, citing improved agricultural performances and increased electricity availability. Favorable rainfall. Despite the general election this year, the government aims to minimize excessive expenditure and maintain the entire budget and its deficit at 1.5% of gross domestic product (GDP), the same as predicted in November. That's the outlook within the country. Mobile money services are growing faster than anticipated worldwide, particularly in Africa. The report, published annually and funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, demonstrates that the rate of adoption in 2021 to 1.6 billion in 2022. In Africa, mobile money has become an increasingly popular way to access financial services, with daily transactions via mobile money reaching 3.45% safe, secure, and affordable financial services in Africa. To cap the conversation from an African point of view, let's look at the top 10 African cities with the lowest cost of living. Businesses and encourage job growth and improve the quality of life for residents. Understanding which cities have a low cost of living can be crucial for individuals and businesses looking for affordable living conditions and economic opportunities. Considering factors such as was compiled from Number original list of 571 cities, let's have a look at the 10 top cities index as the #1 city in Africa with the lowest cost of living, followed by Giza, still in Egypt, and Cairo, Egypt. Sousse, Tunisia, with 27 points. African country here, Ghana, 29.8. Kigali at number 8, Rwanda, Central African country, and Agadha, Morocco, and Tunis, Tunisia. The list pictures that in Africa, African states. Looking at Nigerian businesses now. At least 8 states in Nigeria failed to attract any foreign investments, but piled up 100 of the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) revealed that Bayelsa State, Gombe State, Ebonyi State, Jigawa State, Kebbi, Taraba, Yobe, and Zamfara State did not attract any foreign investment to their states, of 710.38 billion naira in 2019. By 2022, the combined debt of these 8 states had risen to 0.47 billion naira, led by the DMO under the reviewed period. Still looking at outlines in the country Nigeria. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has so far spent $1.1 billion on the construction of the 2-mile Kyari. He also said that the pipeline would be energized by the third quarter of this year. Kyari spoke during the inspection of the facility in Akoho village around the Lokoja end of the gas pipeline project in Kogi State. He said NNPC Limited currently owed no community has remitted $168.33 billion to the country in the past 8 years, according to the World Bank report. This is as foreign investment inflow into the country fluctuated in the period under review and caused a scarcity of foreign currency, which has since led to the free fall of the naira. According to the report, Nigeria's diaspora remittances have played a key role in the outline of the picture in 2022 was that the World Bank stated that remittances flow to sub-Saharan Africa grew by 5.2% to $53 billion, with Nigeria 22. A new report by the Africa Private Equity and Venture Capital Association has revealed in its annual report titled 2022 AVCA Venture Capital in Africa Report. The continental body said that Nigeria outperformed other countries that met the list to account for 22%. The report also said, by region, West Africa maintained the top spot. It would be a good time to look at the global economy, beginning from Asia. South Korea's economy expanded 0.3% quarter on quarter in 3 months to March. 0.5, private consumption went up by 0.5% against a negative 0.6% in the fourth quarter of last year, as expenditures on services, example recreation and culture, restaurants and accommodation rose, while government consumption edged up 0.1% as expenditures on social security grew. Facilities investment fell by 4% due to the decrease in machinery investment, and exports rose by 3.8% as exports of transportation equipment went up in the country. Imports also grew by 3.5%, driven by an average increase in imports of chemical products from 9.4% in the prior month, which was the lowest reading since June 2022, mainly due to soaring prices of food and non-alcoholic beverages at 11.9% against the May. Meanwhile, prices slowed down a bit for other CPI, the consumer price index items such as recreation and culture, housing and utilities, restaurants and hotels, and miscellaneous goods and services. It would be a good time to move to the chart to see Senegal's interest stood at 7%, went further upward to 11%, and even higher to a peak point of 13% and afterward 14.1% as of November last year. But inflation began to slow down in the country, hitting 9.4% in February, but a slight upward move in the economy of Senegal. We'll go on a short break. When we return, up next would be Energy Market Outlook with Dan Daming. Don't go anywhere.
This week, US coal prices are under pressure due to higher stockpiling and lower global energy demand. Central Appalachia and Illinois Basin coal prices are about 40% below year-ago levels, as Europeans also weighing on coal prices. Steelmaker Cleveland Cliffs expects strong results in its first quarter earnings release this week due to cost reductions in domestic hot-rolled coil prices last week for the first time in over 4 months. In shipping markets, transport costs for crude carried from the US Gulf Coast to Europe in Suezmax tankers are poised to continue rising. Charterers are consistently preferring Suezmax tankers despite softer Aframax as numerous Eastern utility owners, including CMS Energy and Southern Company, release earnings reports. Updates on renewable supply chain issues and on Southern's Vogtle nuclear plant may also be addressed. I'm Tara Alalia, Thanks for kicking off your Monday with S&P Global Commodity Insights.
Welcome back. It's Business 360. My name is Blyden Okem. Beginning with the energy market, let's have an outlook from Dan Deming regarding WTI crude oil. WTI crude rebounds after...
In today's energy markets, let's take a look at WTI crude futures as they're moving higher here today. WTI crude futures up for a second session, and today's price action has them up a little over 1% currently, right around the highs of the day, around 78.80. Now, what is interesting is intraday, we did see WTI crude futures trade down to the lowest through the session and finding the ability to go positive on the session and maintain the upper levels here today as we move through the afternoon. And when you look at some of the driving factors, one of the primary drivers appears to be the shifting dynamics coming out of China, announced over the weekend, coming into the session this morning, of increased travel and increased activity from a transportation standpoint, not only within China, but also around the surrounding area and the Asian region.
Move to the market to see the outline in this one, the energy market first, and afterwards, the metal market and agricultural market outlook. The energy market this morning. Prices of the energy commodities have shown some slight decline this morning for crude oil, WTI crude, current price $78 per barrel for Brent, which is 9. Let's look at the metal market then. The price of gold, silver, copper, and the rest. The metal market has had its own fair share of drop this morning. Gold price $1,988 per ounce after dropping away from the 2,000 mark. For silver, current price is $25 per ounce. It was iron ore, or it's iron ore this morning, $109.5 per ton, dropping by 6.5 points, a negative 5.6% decline. The agricultural market then, gaining 3.5 points, a 0.24% appreciation. For wheat, wheat is gaining 2.5 points this morning too. Current price $646 per bushel. Palm oil is downward buying. From the forex market, the foreign exchange market, Thought Colvin is standing by regarding the euros. Let's hear from Thought.
Euro currency opens the week moving higher, significantly higher, getting all the way up north of 111 as the market has nonetheless. Now, the dollar was lower today. The dollar was significantly lower, I should say, today, as a lot of uncertainty out there with the U.S. debt ceiling. Likewise, but likely after what we heard from President Lagarde recently, 25 will be where they hang their hat. We're also going to get a rate hike from the Federal Reserve itself. So a lot of central bank uncertainty out there. What happens next? Not so much what happens in the first week of May, but we are seeing the dollar decline and we are seeing the euro rally to start the
market. The forex market has different pictures for different purposes. The euro against the US dollar has continued to struggle, but finally it's gone back to the 1.10 mark. A slight decline this morning, not reasonable. Pound against the US dollar has gone. The US dollar against the naira as well as the euro against the naira. Still at 460 naira, equaling $1 at the international and exchange window. For the euro is gaining 0.79 points against the naira. 506 naira, equaling €1 at the international exchange window, and the pound's price market. Dollar to naira buying rate is 740. Market has been moving within this range for the past 1 month. Dollar to naira at 740 naira, equaling $1, and 736 naira at the selling rate to $1. For the pound to naira is 900 naira to €1 at the selling rate. It would be a good time to look at a cryptocurrency market then. What the outlines in the crypto market is. Well, Bitcoin has been falling 126 points downward, Ether downward this morning, and the rest of the cryptocurrency market is struggling in the morning. It would be a good time to move to the stock markets to see the identities in the stock market, beginning with the Asian equity market. Asian equity market were mixed today, replicating moves on 225 and topic rows, while the Kospi, Hang Seng, and Shanghai Composite fell. Market in Australia and New Zealand are closed for a holiday today. Selling earnings. UBS reported a 52% decline in net profits in the first quarter, while Santander profits topped analysis estimates. Let's move to the market quickly, looking at the euro market. This is what the outlook. Let's look at African stock too this morning. What the outline from the African community is. The stock market in Africa. 47 points gain this morning, at a basis points gain. All share index for the Nigerian stock at the moment is 51,356 points, but African stock is down. This is where we draw the curtain in today's edition of Business 360. My name is Vladimir Kim. Thank you for being a part of it.